Today our topic is what Aristotle can teach us about happiness. Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers in history, believed that happiness is the ultimate goal of human life. But what does that mean? Is happiness just feeling good, or is it something deeper? Aristotle thought that true happiness comes from living a life of virtue, meaning living in a way that's good and meaningful. He called this concept eudaimonia, which means flourishing or living well. It's not just about having fun or feeling pleasure for a moment. Instead, it's about becoming the best version of yourself and living a life full of purpose. Aristotle believed that every person has a unique purpose or function. For example, a knife's purpose is to cut, and a bird's purpose is to fly. What is the purpose of a human being? Aristotle said that our purpose is to use our reason and live a life of virtue. Virtue, for him, means finding balance in everything we do. He called this the golden mean. For example, courage is a virtue, but too much courage can become recklessness, and too little courage can become cowardice. The key is to find the middle ground, the balance that makes us strong and wise. So, how can we apply Aristotle's ideas to our lives today? First, we need to think about what it means to live a virtuous life. This doesn't mean being perfect or never making mistakes. It means trying to be honest, kind, brave, and fair in our actions. It also means working on our weaknesses and improving ourselves every day. For example, if you know you have a bad temper, you can practice patience. If you tend to be lazy, you can work on being more disciplined. The goal is not to be perfect, but to grow and become better over time. Aristotle also believed that happiness is not something we can achieve alone. We are social creatures, and we need relationships with others to be truly happy. Friends, family, and community are essential for a good life. But not just any relationships. Aristotle believed in the importance of deep, meaningful connections. He talked about 3 types of friendships: friendships of utility, friendships of pleasure, and friendships of the good. Friendships of utility are based on what you can get from someone, like a co-worker who helps you with a project. Friendships of pleasure are based on enjoyment, like a friend you have fun with. But the best kind of friendship, according to Aristotle, is the friendship of the good. These are friendships based on mutual respect, shared values, and a desire to help each other grow. These are the friendships that truly enrich our lives and help us become better people. Another important idea from Aristotle is that happiness is not just about feeling good in the moment. It's about living a life that is meaningful and fulfilling over time. This means setting long-term goals and working toward them. For example, if you want to be a good musician, you need to practice regularly, even when it's hard or boring. If you want to be a good friend, you need to be there for others, even when it's inconvenient. Happiness, according to Aristotle, is not something that happens to us by chance. It's something we create through our choices and actions. Aristotle also believed that happiness requires self-reflection. We need to think about our lives and ask ourselves important questions. Am I living in a way that is true to my values? Am I treating others with kindness and respect? Am I working toward my goals? This kind of self-reflection helps us stay on track and make better decisions. It also helps us learn from our mistakes and grow as individuals. One of the most interesting things about Aristotle's view of happiness is that it is not just about the individual. He believed that we are part of a larger community, and that our happiness is tied to the well-being of others. This means that we have a responsibility to contribute to society and help others. For example, volunteering, helping a neighbor, or working for a cause you believe in can bring a deep sense of fulfillment. Aristotle thought that living a good life means being a good citizen, and doing your part to make the world a better place. Now, you might be wondering, what about money and success? Do they make us happy? Aristotle would say that they can help, but they are not the key to true happiness. Money can make life more comfortable, and success can bring a sense of achievement, But if we focus too much on these things, we can lose sight of what really matters: living a life of virtue, building meaningful relationships, and contributing to the world. Aristotle believed that the happiest people are those who find a balance between material success and inner growth. Another important lesson from Aristotle is that happiness is a journey, not a destination. It's not something we achieve once and then keep forever. Life is full of ups and downs, and there will always be challenges and difficulties. But even in hard times, we can find meaning and purpose by staying true to our values and continuing to grow. Aristotle believed that the key to happiness is resilience, the ability to keep going, even when things are tough. So how can we start living a happier life, according to Aristotle? Here are a few practical steps. First, think about your values and what kind of person you want to be. What virtues are important to you? Kindness, courage, honesty, patience. Write them down and try to live by them every day. Second, build strong, meaningful relationships. Spend time with people who inspire you and support you, and be a good friend in return. Third, set long-term goals and work toward them. Whether it's a career goal, a personal project, or a dream you've always had, take small steps every day to make it happen. Fourth, practice self-reflection. Take time to think about your actions and decisions and learn from your mistakes. And finally, contribute to your community. Find ways to help others and make a positive impact in the world. Aristotle's ideas about happiness are not just ancient philosophy, they are timeless lessons that can help us live better lives today. By focusing on virtue, relationships, growth, and contribution, we can create a life that is not just happy, but deeply fulfilling. Remember, happiness is not something that happens to us. It's something we create through our choices, actions, and attitudes. So, let's take Aristotle's wisdom to heart and start building a life of true happiness. It won't always be easy, but it will be worth it.